All right, hey there. I wanted to talk about some more kind of like tough love kind of situations, if I could, because I think the previous one was a little bit more on the side of a whole lot of grace, maybe more grace than some people are willing to give. Because I think there is definitely another side of it where, again, using some discernment, you recognize, and again, this is something I've learned through experience, that some people they only want help staying the way they are. They really don't want help getting better. And again, you need to determine at what point you need to continue to help them, or if really by loving them, the best way to love them is to not enable them. Okay, so one of the ways, for example, I'm going to tell you a story. There was a woman who was homeless, an older woman. And so Wendy and I saw her on the street. She was crying. She was telling us how hungry she was. It was cold. It was raining. She wanted a place to sleep. So we went and got her something to eat. We bought her a motel room for the night. And but what I said to her was, we're putting food in your stomach for tonight, and we're giving you a place to sleep tonight. But what's your plan for tomorrow night? Well, she didn't have one, of course. So I gave her some phone numbers. My good friend at the time, who was the chaplain of the rescue mission, and I know him. I knew him by name, and he was a really good friend. And I said, if you call my friend Ray, he will. I promise you, he will give you a plan for tomorrow night, and the night after that, and the night after that, and he will help you get off the street. He will help you get into a better place, and he'll help you find a way to get the food and the help and the shelter that you need to get off the streets. Because again, she was an older woman, her health was in jeopardy, and she seemed to be very distressed about the fact that she was hungry and homeless. So I gave her those phone numbers. And about a week later, I saw her again, and she gave me the same exact story, the same tears. I'm hungry, I'm cold, I need to get off the street. And I said, did you call those phone numbers I gave you? And she said, well, those people, they want me to follow their rules. They have these rules at that shelter. They won't let me do this or that and the other. And I said, yes, but doing it your way is what's keeping you on the street. And so when you get tired of doing it your way and you're willing to try it somebody else's way, you can get better. You can get off the street. Well, she wasn't ready at that moment in her life to make that step. And that is one of the frustrating things that you may run into, is meeting people who express to you a very, sincere desire to get out of their situation. But when you give them the tools and the resources and the steps that would take them out of it, they're either too afraid to take that step because that's a step into the unknown, and it's easier to trust something even if it's painful, even if it's challenging and difficult, like living on the street. At least they understand that game and they know how to play there. And sometimes I think it's even the fear of failure. Like I can't emotionally, psychologically handle taking a step of faith, taking a step outside my comfort zone to try something different and then to fail. I just can't handle another failure in my life. I can't handle another, disappointment in my life. And so they just can't emotionally, psychologically, whatever, put themselves out there and take that risk. And that's painful. That's difficult. And sometimes I think, though, you do need to say to people, when you're ready to take that step, to let go of doing things your way and you're willing to try it a different way, to admit that your way is not doing it. Doing it your way, being stubborn like that, is what's keeping you in this situation. And then when you're willing to make that step, I'll take the step with you. I'll drive you down there. I'll help you in any way I can. I'll give you a bus pass. I'll do whatever I have to do to help you take the step. So you're not taking it alone, but recognizing that they have to be the one to take that initiative and to take that step. It can be hard, and it can take a couple of false starts before someone really is finally able to go ahead and make that step. And I guess we probably should stop here because we're hitting the 5-minute mark. But anyway, thanks for listening. God bless, and we'll talk again. Bye-bye.